There is no bigger pride for a coach when his student scores a Ranji Trophy century on the debut. Arjun Tendulkar has done it, and everybody is praising him. Everybody is talking about you, sir. Your first reaction on this story?
Sometimes things happen by the destiny of God. It is like triangle, UV, Sachin, me, and Arjun is there, as an importance. So when this team was coming here to play JP Atre, so they were looking for a ground. So they told me that we need a ground there. I said, don't worry, you come to DAV College. I have a beautiful ground there. And then UV told me, Dad, Arjun is coming. So you please look after him. He's like your grandson. And, Sachin and UV, they are more than brothers. And Sachin sir called me. I always call him sir because he deserves that designation. And he says, thank you so much for everything you've done. I said, don't do it. You look after him and, talk to him. I said, don't you worry. Just give me 10, 15 days. You will see a different son coming back to you. So the first thing I had was, I talked to him about what he really thinks about himself, what he really thinks about his life. But he was such an intelligent kid. And so much enthusiasm. He wanted to do so much for himself, for the family, for the cricketing world. He used to tell me stories. He'd take one, do this and that he used to do. He wanted to go to the army. So we became friends. And as we were meeting every day, we were staying on the ground for hours and hours. I was discussing with him. He was asking me stories. How did you train UV? I've heard so much about you. Then I started telling him what life is all about. And then I realized that his bowling problem was because he had a stress fracture in his back. And he told me that's why his arm is coming from the 45 degrees. So I said, don't worry, we'll be able to change this bowling action slowly. Slightly, you have to be, side on. Or I'll handle this, don't worry about it. So he was happy bowling. But then suddenly what happened, one day the ball hit his shin. And somebody threw the ball, not necessarily, it hit him on the shin. It swelled up. I took him to the doctor just to see that it's not fractured there. Doctor said, it's fine, everything is okay, because he's a very, very strong lad. So while we were coming back, he says, sir, I will go to the hotel and rest. I said, no. You are going to pad up and I want to see how you bat. Bowling is okay. We have to improve a lot on your bowling, right? And the other thing was his training and fitness part, which was important. So I just sent him in the center, Manzoor Bhai, jo unke coach the. I said, sir, let's see how he bats. You won't believe, sir, when he was batting and he was hitting all tada shots, idhar ka, banging, and with such massive power. So I suddenly said, what the hell? We are not even thinking about his batting. He's batting at number 9, number 10. What the hell is going on? So I talked to his coach. I said, sir, do you realize how great batsman this man can become? And then I called. I said, you're going to bat again after 15 minutes, but you will not play all these hanky-panky shots. You don't know, Arjun, how great batsman you can be. Forget about your bowling part. So he went in. I took him to the other nets. We had a chat, long chat, and he batted for 15 minutes. Sir, he was punching the ball mid-on, mid-off, cover, extra cover, without hitting lofted shots. It was such an immense power and immense timing that he was ready for the big stage. So I told the Goa coach, Mansoor Bhai, I said, Arey, you should make him open the innings. In 2020 and 50 overs game, this guy will get 100 in every inning or every second inning or maybe double 100 and maybe triple 100. So Shad, that time they probably thought that I'm going over William. I was not talking because he's Sachin Tendulkar's son. I'm talking an individual. Meri aankh dekh rahi hai. This guy he can be a batsman bowler. Bowling hum baad mein kar lenge. He picked up 4 wickets in the previous game also when he played. So I think Manzoor, the coach said, sir, you keep talking to the boys, you keep talking to him, handle him. I said, don't worry. 2 things I don't want on the ground is I don't want no journalist and I want no guest to take photographs with him. We are concentrating on Arjun Tendulkar. Let me concentrate on him. Not a Sachin Tendulkar's son, just an individual cricketer who has an ability to tear apart any bowlers. So I started talking to him. I said, do you understand how great batsman you are? You don't even know that. He said, sir, मुझे batting number 9 कराते 10 कहते हैं, don't worry, don't throw your wicket. Number 9 पे जाओगे, match जिता के लाओगे. Number 10 पे जाओगे, मैं जिता के लाओगे. That's the capability. And he suddenly started to realize that sir is talking sense. And then the way we started off, going to the gym, training, jumping here. But there are a lot of videos you must have watched. I've already
we have.
been there. So I was pushing him all the time, talking to him. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. You can get up. You can. And sir, believe me, that kid after 4 days was a different dimension. He was listening. He was doing it. He was batting with the nets. He batted for 10 minutes. I said, if you get out, I'm going to make you run all of your life on this ground. You understand that? He said, yes, sir. So he batted those 10, 15 minutes in the nets. He was playing amazingly. The slight adjustment here and there because the head was falling sometimes. So I said, look, you start playing golf. Because if you play golf, you got to keep your head very, very still. And you can be a great batsman if you're playing golf also. So I said, you play 2 hours golf, rest you practice, you see what happens. And we were on the WhatsApp when he went back. I was supposed to come to UK, go to Canada for shooting. He says, "Sir, aap ja rahe ho?" मैंने कहा, don't worry, I'm there in your heart, you're in my heart. We'll talk to each other. मैं वापस आऊंगा. We will have a camp again. So I told Manzoor bhai, next time you come in the summers, we'll have a camp in Chandigarh. No problem. And you bring Arjun here, we'll make him play matches after matches, matches after matches.
Right.
So I'm so happy for Arjun, I'm so happy for Sachin, I'm so happy for UV, and I'm so happy for Indian cricket that at least I could do a bit. It's God who's done it. It's God's grace.
Another Yuvraj Singh in the making. Sir, my next question is, how easy or difficult it was to have a communication, the type of communication that you had with Arjun. You forget who you are, whose son you are. Okay, and you perform as I say, you train as I say, and you train hard. You don't make excuses, and there is a discipline that needs to be followed. How easy or how difficult it was to make this communication with him?
I think he's a wonderful kid. He's a lovely kid. Like father, like son. He listens. He's very respectful. He's very down to earth. But he's got so much in his heart to say something. You see, as a coach, you have to be a father. You have to be a mother. You have to be a brother. You have to be a friend. You just can't keep on pushing a kid all the time. We started talking a lot of things. How does he feel? What he really wants to do? He wanted to go to the army. He's very good for shooting. He wanted to do this, taekwondo, and all kind of things. So much of energy, so much of things, but it has been here and there. I will do this, I will do that. So what I tell him, one thing, what do you want to do? Play cricket, like your dad, and you're going to be better than your dad. Can you do that? I put him in his mind that you are an individual soul born on this earth. It's a different story that you're Sachin Tendulkar's son. It's a different story Yuvraj Singh is Yograj Singh's son. But you have to do something which you dream for, which you think you can do it for a parents, for a father, for a country, for countrymen, for everybody, and above all, for yourself. So he understood everything what I was saying. And it just happened that it clicked. Sometimes things click, And we became like grandfather and grandson. And he thought, look, this is the man who's talking to me, who has created Yuvraj Singh out of nothing, out of different dimension he made him. I must listen to him. So when we parted, when I was going to Canada for shooting, he was very sad because he wanted me to stick around more and be with him. I said, don't worry, son, let me come back. I'll pack my bags, come to Bombay. I'll pack my bags, come to Goa. I'll see that Goa team comes here because Sachin sir is there with me. UV is there with me. And I'll make sure that one day you will be one of the greatest destroyer as a batsman of this cricketing world. Till then, I'm after your life. So we are on the WhatsApp. And he understoed everything. Now I can see he get up at 4 o'clock. He go for training. He go for his golf. He go for his cricket. So UV was telling me, Sachin sir, the whole life has changed for him. So it just happens sometimes. So I don't take any credit, but I'm very happy that I'm able to do something for somebody who deserves it. And I want to do it for Sachin. I want to do it for UV. I want to do it for the country. I want to do it for all of you. That if this is going to happen. Now, when we talk about ifs and buts, that doesn't work. We talk about it shall be done. It will be done. It will be there. So I told him, no ifs and buts. There is one life, you do it. And I always believe, sir, you work hard, sweat and blood together. And if you can't do it in this life, you come back in the next life and complete it. Right. That is my mantra. So that
Right.
is what he understood. And can you imagine? The best thing he did is that he played 178 balls. The worst thing he did is that he threw his wicket. I said, if you are out on a good ball, that means something's wrong with you, because you should know how to handle a good ball. Never ever, Arjun, throw your wicket, whether you're batting on 200, 250, 300, 400, Brain Lara, 500, not out. Not out is the mantra. Not out is the key. I will not throw my wicket. I will not get out. No one can get me out. So all these things pushed him in, I think made him a brilliant aspect of thinking about himself, which I'm very happy about.